Okay, all right. Hello, everybody. Everybody knows me. I am Sean. And this year we are going to be starting the inaugural season of the Morris County Parental Units Fantasy Football League. That's a mouthful. I just came up with that on the whim. Who knows? Hopefully, as time goes by, we fine tune it into something more fun and interesting than that. I'll just kind of jump into it as much as I can and get this whole thing on the road. Before I start, let me just explain what this is about because none of you probably had something like this before for fantasy football. All right. So it's something I do in my other league, and it's always kind of fun and interesting and kind of, builds things up. There's two things I'm going to be doing in this video. Going to be randomly picking and creating the divisions, and I'm going to be, more importantly, randomly picking the draft order. Now, the divisions, obviously, kind of, as everybody accepted the invite and joined in, they just kind of picked where they kind of wanted to go for whatever reason. So by doing it this way, it keeps it completely random, keeps it fun, so you never know who you're going to wind up with. For the divisions, basically, they are important and come into play in the sense that towards the end of the season, when playoffs roll around, you're going to be going based on head to head potential tiebreakers. More importantly, like I said, for the draft, now everyone's saying, okay, kind of thinking, well, the draft is kind of what it is now. I spoke with a few people yesterday. What they do for their league is they just don't touch it at all. And then an hour before the actual draft, the computer system completely shuffles, randomizes it, and then lets you know your draft order an hour before. I like to have a little bit more prep and fun. So once you see this, you'll know where your draft order is going to be, and you can do mock drafts and kind of practice and prep for the draft itself, even though it's fun. This is all fun. Now, the main thing about that, too, is more importantly, if you think about it, this is a brand new league this year. So because I created the league, I was the first one in, it defaulted me to having the first pick. Now, obviously, that's not fair. And then, like another example where, like Christina, she was the second one, but it defaulted her to having the 10th pick. And then, as you go through, I think Jen and Patrick, they were like towards the end of accepting, and they're higher up in the order. They're like 3 and 4 or 4 and 5. So this basically, randomizing like this completely resets, and it's just all fair all across the field for everything. So the way I'll be going about randomly picking is in here I have numbers, all right, and then in here I have everyone's name. So I'll pick someone's name out of a hat, I'll pick a number, and whatever the number it is, it'll determine whether they go in division 1, 2, or 3. Very quick, simple, easy process. Once we get to the draft order, I'll be picking just the names, and we're going 12, 11, 10, all the way up through 1. So this is fun. Everybody, I think, has my info or able to contact me, whether it's through text or messenger. So I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be fun. All right, so I'm just going to take a sip. I love this stuff. This is unofficially sponsored by Pure Leaf Iced Tea. This stuff's fantastic. If you guys need a drink, if you want to pause the video and walk away, all right, not a problem. All right, so we're gonna pick it. So the names are in here, and then numbers are in here. All right, so we're just gonna start right up. All right, so the first name to be picked is, can't even open it up. Okay, so we got Jen, and Jen is gonna be going to division. I don't know if you can see that or not with the light. Division 3. So she's the first one to have placement. All right. I got music going on in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear the music or not. If you can hear it and you like it, let me know what your opinion on the choice. All right, so we've got Heather, who has been selected. Now, keep in mind, too, that everybody in the league is local to the Morris County area over here. So, kind of, Rockaway, Mine Hill, Wharton, Randolph, we're all local. So, it would be very possible and easy for us to all get together if we wanted to. All right, and we see Heather is going to go into Division 3 with Jen. Okay. All right. And here we go. We got Adam right there. Adam didn't hesitate at all. He's like, absolutely, I'll do fantasy football. So, by what I know, by what I've been told, I think there's two people in the league that are relatively new to fantasy football. So, Adam will be going to Division 2. Um, so, um, if there's any questions along the way, I'm definitely open to kind of helping, making suggestions and advice. Obviously, I'm sure you guys may have access to people helping. The only time I will not help you is if I'm playing you that week. That week, you're on your own. So, but other than that, we're going to have a good season. I like to have the competition, make sure everyone's comfortable. So, okay. So, we just pulled Mike out of the hat. And let's see where we're going to have him go. Okay. Survey says there's going to be some competition there. Mike is going with Jen and Heather. Now, we do have some couples in here. So Mike and Jen are married. So that means they play each other twice this year. So that'll be fun. So, yeah, you figure me and Christina, that's one couple. Mike and Jen, that's another couple. We've got Heather and Chris, that's another couple. And then we've got Josh and Sarah. So you figure, 2/3 of the league is coupled up. So it's going to be interesting. Okay, so I just got pulled right there. So let's see where I'm going to wind up going. And all right, I am going to Division 2. At some point, there's got to be a 1. This happened to me last year in the other league. I was like, this isn't right. This is ridiculous. So we got, 5 names pulled. So, oh my God. All right, speaking of which, there is Sarah. All right. So let's hopefully we can get her into Division 1 because no one's over there yet. Let's get starting that created. Division 2 again. I don't know what is going on over here, but so right now the music of choice that's coming on is it's LL Cool J. This is a throwback. I want to think this is probably 98 or something like that. This is that one with Boys to Men. I can't think. It's Hey Lover. That's it. That's right. That's the one I'm playing right now. All right, Chris. Chris has been pulled. I don't want him to go to Division 3. That'd be tough because then you have that division completely coupled. 2 couples right there. So let's see if we can get him Division 1. Yep, there we go. We got, I don't know if you can see that, the one right there. All right, so Chris is starting Division 1. Okay. In my other league, we do something every year. We do something fun where we change up like the division names for like themes and stuff. So I was thinking we do something we could like do like Nickelodeon, Disney, and Cocomelon or something like that. I was like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something fun. If you guys think of anything, text me and we'll change it. Have some fun with it. Okay, here we go. We got Patrick. All right, so let's see where he's going to wind up. So there's a 60% chance he can go into Division One. Let's see what happens here. Oh. And he is rounding out Division 3. So we will put him over there. And then I hear child in the background. Okay. All right. And here we go. Christina has been pulled. Everybody say hi, Olivia. All right. So Christina is getting pulled. So where's she going? So she's either going to be Division 1 or Division 2. Let's see where she goes. All right. And yep, she is going to Division 1. So she's going over there with Chris. So we've got a Chris and a Christina. Those game days will be a little confusing if you're only half paying attention. So who do we got left? We've got... All right, let's see. Oh, Jim. Okay, so we got Jim right here. All right, so the next two picks are going to be between John and Josh. John, Jim, and blah, blah. John, Jim, and Josh. Say that. Try to say that quickly. That's like a mouth. That's a tongue twister. All right, so Jim, where are we putting him? Jim is going to Division 1. All right. All right, you guys want to take a guess on who we think's getting pulled next? And we've got John here. So that means Josh is the grand finale for the divisions. John is going to round out Division 1. And then for formality purposes, just round it out. So then that would put Josh into Division 2. So, yep, there we go. All right, so just do a quick recap on here. All right, so if you're keeping track at home, Division 1 is going to consist of Chris, Christina, Jim, and John. Division 2 is going to consist of Adam, Sean, Sarah, and Josh. All right. And then Division 3, we've got Jen, Heather, Mike, and Patrick. So there's two couples. Two of the four couples are in the same division together. So that'll be fun. All right, so again, just going to go straight to it. We got this hat over here. Same thing. This has already got all the names in it. We're going to basically pick the order. I'm going to go, the first name's going to be 12, 11, 10, and obviously going through all the way that way. And then, like I said, you figure the draft, I have it set for Labor Day, that Monday night. So I think that's the 3rd or 4th. I think that's the 4th. And I think I have it set up for, I believe it right now at the moment, I think it's 7:30 that night. So I figure it's late enough towards the end of the day. Everybody should be home, relaxing. The kids might be in bed or should be winding down, probably the next day starting school. So hopefully we can all kind of like do our drafts in quiet or minimal interruption. All right. So let's get this started. All right. The first name out of the hat is, she always gets a bad draft. I feel so bad for her, but she's worked with it plenty of times. Christina. So we're gonna put her on here. She's gonna start our names off here. Now, just so you guys know, this is going to be just a regular, typical snake draft. So the basic format on there. It's a standard league. It's not a PPR. So as you go through, if anybody's got questions, again, like I said, there's a couple people in the league that I don't think have done it before, or it's been a while. So I want to make sure that you're comfortable and you understand everything. Heather, you're right there at number 11 with Christina. Okay. And they always say that things happen in pairs. Chris, you're right there at number 10. Okay. Oh. So I know we have some Jets. I'm a Jets fan, so I can speak for myself. I know we have some Giants fans in here, but I'm wonder throughout everybody in the league collectively beyond the Jets and Giants fans, who else is fans of other teams on here? Adam, you have been pulled, sir. You are going to be at number 9. So I like to tease, and so when we were talking about the division themes for my other league, I was like, oh, because we would try to figure out things in trios, and I came up and I was like, well, we can do Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, and Odell Beckham Jr. And they're all Giants. Well, Odell's a performer, but again, they're all players that are currently overpaid at their position. I'm joking. I'm joking. Calm down. I'm not really, but kind of. Like, listen, Daniel Jones getting paid $45 million for the fact that he threw 15 touchdowns last year. Like, that's not great. And he threw over 230 yards. I think they said like 4 times last year. So he's got to maximize that money this year. Shows that he deserves it. At the 8th spot, we got John. So we're going to go through on here. John is in at number 8. Oh, so, but if anyone's able to get tickets for that Jets Giants game during the regular season, I'm envious of you. That's going to be a good game. I've always wanted to go to a Jets Giants game in recent years, and they're always ridiculously overpriced. All right, and that's what I get karma for because I'm in one of the worst spots. All right, I got number 7. I'm on here, so I'm going to have some work to do. That's not going to be an easy pick for me. One would have been a lot better, but I'll make do with number 7. It's tough, but it's consistent. Okay, so who we got on here? We got number 6. I think was this. Yep, I thought I saw that. All right. Sarah? All right, there's a handful of people that are starting to get like really really on the edge of their seat now. Ugh. Your relief. All right. You want me to keep going? Or do we need to pause again? Snack, popcorn, cookies, anything? You good? All right, let's go. All right. Ugh. Well, I can definitely say this. You figure the name's still available. We got Josh, Jim. John was pulled. So we got Josh, Jim, Jen, Patrick, and Mike. Right? Okay. This is gonna be interesting going forward. All right, Jen, you are at number 5. Now, the crazy part about this, with Jen being at the 5 spot, is that if I never did any of this randomization for the draft, she would have been picking number 5 had I left everything alone. So unfortunately, you can say still though 5 is still a good draft spot, but it didn't affect her regardless. She didn't benefit from it, but she didn't get anything worse from it. So she's still in a good spot, top 5 pick. Who do we got here? All right. Definitely got to be happy with that. Patrick, all right. You are number 4. And then once I'm done here, just for those few of you that are new to fantasy football, I'll explain how the draft works. I would definitely take advantage of, well, I'll get into that when I'm done. But knowing this in advance, I would definitely take advantage of it if you can have the time to sit down and do the mock drafts. All right. Right here. Josh, we got you at number 3. All right, so we got 2 left. We got Jim and Mike. Uh-oh. All right, I ripped it a little bit, but you should be able to see that. Mike, all right. Mike, you are at number 2. And then obviously pretty simple right here. We've got Jim at number 1. So I'm just going to go over the draft picks again. All right. Okay, keep in mind, obviously, this is a snake draft. I'll go over that in a minute. So we've got Christina at number 12. Heather, you will be at 11. Chris at 10. Adam at 9. John at 8. Sean at 7. Sarah at 6. Jen at 5. And Patrick at 4. And the top 3, we have Josh at 3rd overall, Mike at number 2, and Jim at number 1. So for the few of you, like I said, that are sure like, okay, what is a snake draft? What does that exactly mean? I would recommend, again, like I said, if you have the time, if it's quiet, to do a mock draft and sit down so you kind of understand. A mock draft, you go through, you start 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down through 12. Okay, that's your first round. Your second round, so Christina, so you have to just try to track this. So Christina, where she's the 12th pick in the first round, she is the first pick in the second round. So she would have the 12th and the 13th pick. Okay? And then we finish up the second round, which is number 24, which would be Jim, but then he would also have the 25th pick, which would be the first pick of the third round. In doing that, it can be tough. Like when you have the 1 and 2 or 11 and 12, those are typically kind of the best picks. Like where me and John are at, like 7 and 8, those are tough because you get one pick every. You figure one pick every 15 picks, so it's spaced out. It's consistent, but it's spaced out. So you got to do a lot more. You got to be a lot more careful with your draft. And then the last thing to just say on here is I didn't change any of the settings at all for points. The way it is exactly what it is. So again, there's 12 teams. 8 teams are getting into the playoffs. And the other thing is I forgot. It was literally in my mind and I just forgot now. That's not good. Oh, for trades. It's not being regulated unless you guys feel someone should monitor it. Then we can change that like prior to the league starting. But by default, as it sits right now, is if let's just say Josh and Sarah, if they make a trade and Josh says, hey, give me this player, Sarah says, okay, I'll do that. If she accepts it, it's going to go through. Now, there's no, in this sense, I'm not, in this league, I would not be commissioner and determine whether it's fair or not. If the people in the league look at the trade and they say, no, that's not fair, then it would take 5 people to veto for that trade to be denied. That's just how it is by default. Again, I didn't change anything. So if you guys have any thought on anything, text me. We can talk about it. I have no problem. I'm all about fairness and fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I didn't think it was going to take 26 minutes, but I'm sorry. I hope you were able to watch all of it and enjoyed it and had some fun. And like I said, so now at this point, it's just a matter of time. And let's get out there and have some fun. Have a good one.